All right, guys. It's a wonderful day, beautiful day. Every day is so beautiful. I mean, when you're hubby porn star, life just flows. It's wonderful. It's beautiful. I can understand how people complain about things. How people are like, how people are like, oh, this doesn't work. I have so many. Like, people are all in such a horrible, bad mood all day long. And I pick up these vibrations. I mean, I pick it up better than, like, women are very, good at picking up vibrations and all that. I pick it up far better because I'm a prime grade A psycho. Um, why are we dark again today? Should we be dark? Should we turn on the fucking I don't know. We'll be dark for a while, then we'll turn on the light, and then we'll. But I was thinking about what video to do, and I was thinking about many things this morning. Uh, Many things. But then I had a conversation with May, and she was, typical. First thing, I've explained these things. This is why I don't talk to women. Now, May is a nice girl. I like her, but I don't really talk to her because it's the same dynamic. You got to explain the same things over and over again. You know. But yeah, women say this all the time. Tell me again. Tell me again. And I'm like, not only do I not have time to tell you again, and even if I did have time, it's just you say it once. It's just frustrating, right? Like, why do you love me? Carol once asked me, and at that time, and then she couldn't define love, and I asked her what is love because she asked me that question. She couldn't define it. She's like, "What is love?" She said it too. And she's like, and then I gave her some garbage answer. You got this sexy. I mean, who cares? At the end of the day, man and woman, it's vibe, it's attraction. Nobody gives two shits about, anything else if you really drill it down. So I gave her some bullshit too, and she was like, tell me again. And I'm like, how many times do I fucking tell you? Come here, suck this. And she did. And then I told her, but while the 9.2 incher was in her mouth. I mean, then, and I told her, say yes, you understand. And she said it while something was in her mouth. This triggers so many people when I do it. I don't know why, because I guess so many cocks have tiny peepees, and some of them watching it. But, yeah, so I did all these videos about loving yourself as gay, and I love myself the way I am, this and that, and but I mean, this morning. So what I did first off, because May is infatuated with India for some reason. Chinese girls like it, I mean, a lot of Chinese girls, not all. Some hate it, but I mean, and all right, like Indians, when they see dark Indians, they think servant, slave, and they make them do, When they see someone like me, hubby, porn star, they can't really tell if he's from the Middle East, India, Spain, Central America. Hell, I've been called black too. I've been called mixed. I say, I've been called white. If I went to apartheid South Africa, I mean, I may fail the hair test. But I'd probably pass in every other regard. But yeah, so this color, that sexy chocolate brown color, X shape, strong, sexy, handsome, big dick, enough money, and getting more every day. Yeah, I think it's time to start bragging about my finances too a little, but maybe later. But because I've never really chased money or anything. People chase money all their lives. That's why they never fucking get it. Or they get it, then they lose it. Then they think, oh, what am I going to do with this tiny amount? Because people don't respect money. You have to respect it. And money is like a girl. You have to flirt with it. It's like a housemaid you flirt with. It's quite literally that. It's energy. You get them. You get money. It's simple. That's why guys with a lot of girls eventually always have a lot of money or enough money or whatever the hell it is. But if they actually want it. That is, some guys, like back in the day, I didn't even, like these days I do a lot of marketing. Back in the day, I didn't give two shits at all. These days I kind of do, it's an interesting thing. But I mean, even back then I had money, like even without giving a shit. But so I sent her one of my pictures, and you know which picture it is, the famous picture with me relaxing like this. Just it's a normal picture, sitting here. You see guys sitting like that all the time even in public on the roads. And she was like, "Don't send me naked pictures." And I'm like, "Honey, I'm wearing running shorts." And then I explained the whole thing to her about, that women go out at night at 2 o'clock in the morning, they get raped, and they get, uh, well, I think we'll just leave this one dark. Fuck it. We'll turn on the light for the next video, I guess. I don't know. But, that women get, that then they get raped, they blame the men, blah, blah, blah. There's no excuse for rape, blah, blah, blah. But women have to be careful, blah, blah, blah. So I had to go through, I explained all that. Then I explained, and then I was like, since you love India so much, go to India and be a geisha, an Indian geisha, whatever the hell, because she's infatuated. But again, with Chinese girls, with some type of men, they love it. They can't get enough of them because I'm so sexy. Tracy, you read about this on the website. She was like, India man very hot. Now, the India man she meant was a guy like me, which doesn't even look Indian, isn't even Indian, actually, if I were to be brutally honest about not ethnicity, but documents. But anyway, I'm not going to get into that because I have multiple, and I'm not going to, but I'm not going to open myself to attack there too. But, so, yeah, I mean, they love that skin color. She was like, India man very hot. And in China, when you say very hot, sometimes it can mean, not necessarily very sexy, but like, like hot for me or whatever, that's Chinese English. And she said that, and I'm like, okay, what do you like about India, man? And she wouldn't tell me. She kept giggling, and she was like, but I can say it, right? And I'm like, yeah, if you like. I mean, every girl likes me. I mean, people hate this about me, and I was talking to May about it, and she was like, why do people hate you? And I'm like, May, we covered this before. Why people hate me, or love to hate me. Because I speak the truth, man. I speak facts. Nobody speaks the truth unless it's convenient to them. They always have an angle. They always have some bullshit, nobody is honest. You like the running shorts or, what I'm wearing right now. I'm a man. I can fucking, show my chest. And it's like, but a woman, I mean, okay, fine. If a woman wants to go topless on a fucking road, let her do that. I don't care. But then don't stop me, I don't give a shit what women wear. I don't give two shits, I mean, wear it. I don't care. I don't even like those kind of women. I prefer, these days I prefer kind of well, we won't get into that, but my point is very simple that, so she said that, and I was like, May, if you like India, that's fine. But then I said, we all know no one gives one fucking, and let me turn on the light because I'm getting kind of, yeah. Oh, that's a new light. I didn't realize I had that light. Well, I guess we do have that light. That's a new light. Anyway, so then I told her, that, nobody gives one shit about India. Everybody laughs about it. It's just a convenient buffer as well, just geopolitically. That's Russia and America are the new players, man. It's that simple. Everybody knows it. You know it. I know it. But my point is so then I had to explain to her Indians have this colonial mentality, blah blah blah, caste, religion, everything I've spoken about, right? And with her and on videos and all this. And she was like, no, with such limited resources, they raise so many people, 1.3 billion people. I'm like, well, first of all, that's not a fucking flex. Second, it doesn't matter if you like it, you know. You can like India, you know, but if you really like it, you should be willing to criticize their weak points and improve. And hey, we'll cover all this. Like, look, I used to be fat and out of shape. I addressed it. I'm the sexiest guy on the planet now, damn near, you know. I mean, I am. I mean, you have to address facts. You can't just say, you know, he hates. I don't even hate. I never use the word hate or die. I never do. You have to listen to me here. I never use the word hate. I never use the word die. Because both those words have a negative, I mean, you know. So it's annoying, you know, you gotta explain all that shit. I mean, first of all, Indians aren't proud. Like a Chinese person talking to another Chinese person will always, it doesn't matter what passport you hold, they'll speak Chinese. An Indian person talking to an Indian person will not always be, and not just me, will not always speak their own language, English. Now, the psyop is that we have so many languages. Well, China does too. You just don't, you know, China just unified all of it under Mandarin. But they have their own dialects. They have, you know, it's the same thing as in India, you know. Indians just make excuses. Chinese fix shit. Like, Indians have some 1.3 billion people. China, I think 1.2. Name one app, one software program, one anything that Indians have made that is globally used. Zero. Chinese, they've made, you know, TikTok, and they made, you know, China, obviously, we all know, Baidu.com and Chinese AI and all that. Everybody knows that. And, you know, so then in 1970, India and China India was actually a little ahead, you know, and now look at where China is, I mean, and where India is. Now, people like to make excuses saying, oh, it's the politicians, but the facts on the ground are, my dear friend, whoever's listening, all of you, are that it's a democracy, right? So they vote these people into power. I mean, so it's your fault. Don't vote them. Oh, they're all like that. It's not that. They're Indians too, and it's mentality on the ground. The common man. In India, it's all about caste, religion. The roads are... It's horrible. I mean, day-to-day life, I mean, it's hard. I mean, I don't really care, but I'm just saying from an outsider perspective. The Holy Ganges is full of fucking rotten corpses and garbage. You know, the so-called Holy Ganges. Go to the Himalayas, the most beautiful place in the entire world, at least I think so. People litter it. They trash. I mean, people won't pick up after their dog. I mean... It's everything is all, you know, and so Indians only have themselves to blame for it. And so we were talking about why people, isometrics, foot isometrics anyway. Yeah, we were talking about why people hate me to May, and I was like, you know, I point out these facts very brutally. Nobody likes to hear it because they don't sound good, you know, and so... They love to hate me, but they're so triggered that they keep following me anyway. Now, we covered all this before, and, you know, with women and all that, we've covered all that. But, you know, you gotta keep explaining shit over and over again repetitively, and that's just one example. Then the other example, you know, because every guy wants all the girls I have, right? Nobody does. I mean, nobody has them, and, you know, and so, you know, they react by saying, he's a misogynist, he pays them. Hey, I don't pay any of these girls. Ask Paula, ask Daniela, ask, I don't know, Nandini. I mean, I'm truly a multicultural pimp. I got, you know, girls all over the fucking world. Deal with it. I mean, and so they hate it, and just by being me, you know, I mean, even when I was, you know, and so I was telling people, And the point of this video, why people love to hate me, is because I point out facts. Fitness wise, why do we have so many subs on our email list and not on our, well, we had it on the YouTube too, it got banned. Amazon was doing great, then they banned it, and these motherfuckers that criticize me about and will never point out the facts that are extremely, I mean, they don't criticize so much as whine about me, but uh, their channels don't grow. Their channels are still truck at 200, 300. I mean, we grew till 3K. And, then they banned it. Amazon banned us. You know why we have so many subs on our email list? Because people like the content, but they don't want to say this publicly. Like with Trump. I mean, everybody knows Trump is a very honest person. He doesn't lie. No matter what it is, even if it's bad for him, he doesn't give a shit. He just says it. I mean, I've always been, hey, Vincent, who's more brutally honest, Trump or me? I think Trump would win. Raul, it's not a foregone conclusion. It's not, So they don't, then I tell them the story when I was in, what was it, fourth grade? And I got the shit pounded out of me for, I didn't lie, by the way. All I did was I defended myself against another guy who was hitting me. What I did was I kicked him, and I didn't even know Taekwondo or martial arts back then. I kicked that motherfucker. I had enough. I kicked that motherfucker. The teacher was giving me hell. It was a heavy-ass book bag. I mean, all the other kids growing up had fucking servants carrying their fucking book bags, I mean, and I'm not saying, and I could have too. I mean, my mother had it, but she wouldn't let me do it. But anyway, so, I had enough. That guy was, and I just kicked that motherfucker in the shin, and he ended up like this in the fucking clinic of the school. Me. And, then I got reprimanded by the motherfucking principal, and, I got a note written in my almanac, which I quietly hid at home, and that's all I did. Then I had to finally, in school they were asking me, where are your parents? So I had to finally tell them. But I didn't lie. But I still got the shit pounded out of me by my dad. Why? Because you didn't tell us at that time. All right, motherfucker, I didn't tell you at that time, but I didn't fucking lie either. And then I decided, even at that young age, where I had no power, no authority, I am going to be so brutally honest that, I've lost jobs because of my brutal honesty. I mean, one of the jobs in the Middle East, my ex or my wife at the time, she sent some fucking email, some fucking garbage email to some fucking fat motherfucker, and I got blamed for it. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know is all I said. And that triggered them so badly. I didn't say anything about her. I didn't say anything about him. I said nothing. I said I don't know because I didn't fucking know. Gangster response. Anyway, so with all that, and being honest is not a bad thing, huh? It's not a bad thing at all. And with me, I'm me. What you see is what you get. There's no bullshit, and people can't handle facts. That's just the bottom line. People can't handle facts. All right? It could be facts about men and women. It could be, fitness-wise, if you're fat and out of shape, then you're fat and out of shape, my friend. I mean, all the coping in the world, this guy who, what's his, I don't even, but somebody, yeah, he was like, I'd rather be big and thick, but not have injuries or some bullshit, or not have joint pain. But yet this guy is the same dude that whines about having sciatica, meningitis, and ADHD and all this other garbage, which, so you do have them. But you're saying you'd rather be, and maybe he's thick, I don't know, but he's fat too. It's just the facts. I'm not hating when I say that. This is what I don't hate. Hate is not only a negative emotion, it's a useless fucking emotion. Therefore, Mr. Habib Lecter, porn star MD, does not employ it. Simplito. I don't hate. I dislike. Maybe I'll dislike intensely, and not him. He's actually a. There's he's I don't really but he's all right. He's just a regular guy on the roads or whatever. Typically cocked and all that, and that's fine. It's his choice, his life. But I'm saying this is why people don't like it. Now, all these other fitness influencers or all these other fitness, do they have my overall results? Overall. Okay, maybe some of them have a six pack. Can they? I mean, so do I. I mean, can they do more pull ups? No. I mean, do they have more money? A lot of them, you'd be surprised to know. No. And I'm saying if you compare me to the average man on the road and you look at what really matters, who's got more? Simple. I mean, so they know that, and they know, and you can tell by looking at me that I don't work cheap. Freddie told me, my second, guy in China, he's like, oh, so you don't work cheap, huh? Yeah, I'm like, no, I don't work cheap. Cowboy comment. Freddie was a fucking cowboy, Clint Eastwood, Dollar Trilogy, he was like, I don't work cheap, $500, and he was taking it fine, he was playing both sides. I've always been the cowboy that plays both sides, fedora hat, 9mm, although cowboys carry rifles, but that's another thing. And I ain't got no damn horse sitting around, God dog, I ain't got no damn horse sitting around now. I done gone to the God dog. My southern roots just don't go away, do they? But, and yeah, so I don't, but this is why people hate me. But they are addicted to me. Because not because I'm I'm a very interesting, charming, intelligent, handsome, sexy, all these things. I'm in superlative shape. I'm probably, the best guy on pull-ups and all this. All of that. We know all this. But they really hate me because I speak the truth about people. Look, let's just look at it's the reason I talk about male female dynamics so much is you can learn a lot about life simply from that, which is why guys that are good with girls always have money, because you can feel it. If she likes you, she likes you. If you're that guy, you're that guy. But nobody wants to talk about these things, right? And when you talk about them in an extremely traditional society, or where is nudity here? There's no nudity. You can see if I were to go in a public swimming pool like this, I'd probably be overdressed. You have these bikini cut gay kind of, swim trunks and all that, which I don't know. I wouldn't even dress like this if I went swimming. What happened once was my shorts fucking fell off, and I'm like, God dang, full moon, huh? I was doing the breaststroke, full moon, if you get my picture. I'll just end this by saying, man, yesterday was a blood moon. It was beautiful. I don't know if you guys caught the eclipse, but it was fucking beautiful. I love the blood moon. You can see a red color on the moon, and it's beautiful. And I love the moon in general, because it's witch time, it's evil, it's women, it's girls, and it's all that. And I love it. And so that's why they hate me, or love to hate me, So from then on, I wore, the longer swim trunks, kind of like, the boxer sort of, you know what I'm talking about. And that's it. That's why they love to hate me. And fitness-wise, most of these guys that run their mouths, look at, again, we'll go back to Goggins. Y'all love hating on somebody like Goggins and stuff. I mean, or not hating, dislike, whatever it is. But do you have $1 million? Goggins has it. Do you have Goggins' body? No. Goggins, if you meet Goggins on the road, I wouldn't want to fight him. Now, he doesn't promote himself as a martial artist, but that dude has got it. Kind of like with me. If you met me on the road, I don't think you'd, well, maybe you would, and I'd be glad to, but I mean, my point is simply overall results, you know, and people are good at one area. There could be guys that are maybe a little good at one area fitness wise, but you have to be good at everything. If you really want all the girls, all the money, all the success, all the social media garbage likes and all, to be an influencer, which by the way, people chase this. I never chased it, but I became one. I don't know how. Well, I do know how, but uh, I never fucking chased it. I never fucking chased money, Uh, but my point, yeah, uh, all these people are good in one area. Me, all right, girls, I got them all. Fitness, I got it all. Intelligence, I got it all. Charming, sexy, intelligent. Sexuality, on my other business, man, there is not one, and I'm not bragging here, even women that are older than me by like 25 years, which is why I flirt with cougars so much. You can learn a lot from them. But and they won't even, they won't even dominate you. They'll submit to you. So, and they're in great shape. But even these women tell me you're wiser than your years. You know so much about. Nobody taught me all this. Growing up, I grew up in a Victorian household, quite literally. Remember the Victorian era, where it was all covered up, and it was horrible. I mean, you couldn't talk about sex. You couldn't, even when birds and bees. At the age of 13 and 14, you start talking about these things. With my dad, we never had conversations. I can't even remember sitting, even when I was younger, sitting with my dad enjoying a beer. Because the minute I did, he'd be like, "Oh, don't drink too much." And he would keep drinking. Well, I don't know what I mean, he couldn't drink more than beyond two because he'd get drunk. But I mean, so he hated the fact I could down a bottle of whiskey and I wouldn't get drunk. So I've never had any conversation. There's no communication. I had to learn all this on myself, by myself, on the streets with the girls. They threw me in at the deep end on everything. Hey, it's either this or that. When your life is that brutal mentally, and in some ways, but we're not going to get into money and all that. I don't but that was in the past. But when your life is that fucking brutal, man, you either live or die. You either cock or dominate. I fought. I keep fighting. Fight, 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 like Trump says. And but oh, the Trumpinator, the great Trumpinator. Yeah, so the overall thing, fitness, sexuality, looks, intelligence, uh, all these things. The only thing a millionaire and me are having, uh, where a millionaire would be above, is the number of dollars in his bank. But I'm going to tell you one thing at this point. I just haven't flaunted it as yet. That's going to change soon. I mean, I'll flaunt it at the right time, which is why maybe I said it's time to start bragging about my money a little and all that. But I don't know. I've never been interested in cars or, I mean, like a lot of guys, they want the supercar, all that. I mean, I was like, I'm a bedouin nomad with my harem. If I have a whole bunch of money, that's great. If I don't, I'll still have my harem. They'll still serve me. That's all I give two shits about. But money's written on my face anyway. Everybody knows it. I tell them to send me money, they send it. It's that simple. I'm not even going to get into what business that is, but it's related to the other one. But And hey, for people that say I loot and this, what did Robin Hood do? He took. I mean, there's two kinds of people in this world, people that slave away and society still doesn't reward them. Or maybe it rewards them with what society expects you to be, that commensurate amount. And there's people that slave even more, but not for that, to snatch. Like I keep saying, power is not given. Respect is not earned. Respect is brutally fucking snatched. The other person, look, if you're a cock, they'll all respect you to your face. But behind the scenes, everybody will think he's a gay cock, and I just take money from him. The women will say that. If they really respect you at the core, up front, they're gonna say he's nasty, he's misogynist, he's this. But they'll go home and they'll think about sexy hubby porn star. And, like May, she was like, don't send me naked photos. And I'm like, honey, you think this is naked? Running shorts and all that? And then she, oh, you look like a poet with long hair. And I've been, writer and fighter, Cindy. Man, you hook up with a lot. And by the way, my last name is Tagore, maybe, because I'm a very good poet too. I'm very good at everything I choose to be, If I chose to be, I flirt with housemaids so much. If I chose to be a fucking housemaid tomorrow, I would make $1,000,000 doing that because I'm the best at that too, if I chose to be. Not that I will, but, I mean, what are you going to do? Do something. I have this competitive edge. I can't lose. It's simple. I can't lose. It's either you win or you lose. And then I, told May, the running shorts thing, and oh, you hook up with a lot of girls. I'm like, honey, you know that. And then I told her about Cindy, and she knows. And she's like, young man, but I didn't have any, because I said, I know you like these kind of sexy pictures, so I figured I'll send it to you. And she was like, but I had no reaction. I'm like, honey, you already had a reaction. Man, don't send me naked photos. And then I'm like, and then she's like, but I'm, a little older and, kind of like over 28 or whatever. That's not that much. I think, or maybe she's, older, but I don't really. I've seen her photos. She looks good. And, hey, she's okay to serve. She can mop the floor. That's all I need, I read this YouTube post from a guy, he's got nasty, misogynistic, horrifying, psychopathic tendencies towards women, yet I get so many. How? And I'm not barking. How? Answer that question. Answer me that. I don't pay them. Women love it. Anyway, that's what women are themselves. Anyway, so, and I'm like, I like that sort, and then I told her a story about the cougar in America and, gave me my license. And the bottom line is this, when I tell people all these stories, look, my life is very fucking interesting, right? It is, and people hate it. And, their own lives, they're shit, total shit. They've not gone anywhere. And even the rich people, a lot of these kids that get money, they don't really do. That money is given to them, which is why I'd rather not have rich, I'd rather, because if you earn it, it's yours. Nobody can tell you what the fuck to do with it. You can fucking pay your harem all day long with it, or you can do whatever the fuck you want with it. You can burn it, fish fry it. It's yours, right? But if someone gives you something, then there's always conditions attached, and which is why, unless, Trump's dad was different. He didn't, that was different. But then there's conditions there too, because they taught the same way, and so I hope that covered it. I'm going to make this title very simple, Why People Love to Hate Me. But it's simple. Why do people hate Trump so much or love to hate Trump so much? And again, I don't use the word hate or death from, personally, but I'm saying people. Because he's an honest dude. He did things himself. He breaks all societal rules. He goes to. Trump is sitting in the White House. And he tells the White House press secretary, honey, you got beautiful lips. And it was in the media. I mean, but it is what it is, because she's beneath him. It's the same reason I flirt with housemates. I mean, that dynamic, women, powerful men. It's that simple. Now, women that hate it. So, for example, if Trump had a woman around him that hated it, she would try and humiliate him, embarrass him, and but it doesn't really work because women can, she would say, he has no power, no authority, whatever. It doesn't work because women feel these things at the core. Biden didn't have one single woman. You look at interactions like Joe Biden, when women would be like, Biden would be standing up, like this, and a woman would take him by the elbow and she'd guide him off of the stage. That was like Biden was the woman and she was the man. With Trump, you see what he does. He's like a predator. He rubs her shoulders. He does what I do. I mean, I just know he just grabs them like this. Now he says he grabs them by the pussy, which is something I don't think he actually. But you never know with Trump. But I mean, stranger things have happened. But I mean, I just if I like a girl, she's standing next to me, I can't help it. Like, oh. I gotta tell you, this woman I know, and I'm not gonna mention her name, all this, but she's dark skinned, she's coal black, she's got these big, massive tits, dog. I'm telling you, they're not in shape, but they're not completely pendulous either. Total cougar, attitude, older lady. She's a housemate, yeah. And yeah, I had to say that, yeah. And one day she was standing here, and I'm looking at her, and she's looking at me, and the vibe was that tension was there, and she was asking me, like I'll say it in English, sir, which bucket should I use? And I didn't even, because I was doing something on the fucking computer, the old computer, which and the piece of shit. Well, this one. And so I came and I was like, I don't know. I mean, don't you use it every day? Yeah, but I forgot. And she's staring, looking straight into my eyes. I'm like, open line, god dog. And I wasn't even thinking about it. But then I thought maybe she genuinely, not really, but I looked at the two buckets, both are the same. I'm like, yeah, maybe that one, I don't give a shit, because they were both buckets. I had like fucking, I don't know. And, oh man. And she's like, that? What? And the way she said it, oh, instant boner, man. And I just grabbed her like this, like, oh, I want to go get into it, but god dog. I mean, that's what I do. And, you got to do that. Women love it. And, and, that. And so, Trump, yeah, him and his White House secretary, I don't know what he actually did with her, but that's the dynamic, dog. I mean, it's natural. Look, if you go back to biology, if you go back to when we were animals, women or females chose the strongest male. Males would fight amongst themselves to get a female, right? There's a prize. And so they chose the winner. That's what they do even now, even more so. When you win, at what now? I'm not saying be a loser with a lot of money, because then you'll never really win. Then they're just there for the money. But, when you win at whatever it is, fitness, your life, or, whatever it is, business, whatever, it's all interlinked. Like nothing, this is what I keep telling people, nothing can be discussed in a fucking vacuum. It's all interlinked, right? People say, don't give me these long stories, but you have to. Because without them, it's all interlinked. It's not complicated. It's interlinked, all right? And that's just how it is. I mean, you can't just say bygones be bygones and not look at background or ignore facts. And that's why people hate me, because I point out everything, like a fucking computer. And computers are binary, yes or no. Um, so that's that's just what it is, and it hasn't changed even now. And females hang out at the finish line. You win at whatever the hell it is. You won't even have to look at me. Do I look like I'm all the time or ever in my life chasing girls? I'm sitting in a room here. Where are the girls? Where are all my mates? Yeah, they give me rub downs. They suck my dick. They do all that, but where are they? Maybe I'll show you someday. But they're not. I don't. My point is, I don't talk to girls all day. I don't even talk to girls. I've got two fucking new numbers. Bozo Schofield, when I used to climb hills in China, how many girls asked for your WeChat? I'm like, dude, like I give two shits how many girls asked for my fucking WeChat? I don't even have my goddamn, phone. I mean, I don't take it with me when I exercise. It's simple. Training time is training time. We'll deal with fucking girls later. But it's what it is. And yeah, that's just what it is. And yeah, so that's why people love to hate me, because I speak the truth about people, about situations. And I am very interesting, handsome, sexy, everything, and all that. So hopefully that explains it. I'll see y'all later.